Have you ever felt a hollow ache inside? Like no achievement, no possession, no applause can fill that emptiness. That feeling is not a mistake, it's a message. Your soul is whispering to you. You are meant for more than this shallow chase. Today we will uncover why that emptiness exists and how connecting with the divine essence that created you can transform your life from void to victory.
Because here's the truth. Your emptiness is not your enemy, it's your guide. It's pointing you toward purpose, toward peace, and toward a power far greater than yourself.
If you've been chasing success, money, or recognition and still feel hollow, it's time to listen to what your soul is trying to tell you. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to believe that happiness lies somewhere outside yourself? You wake up in the morning, check your phone, scroll through social media, and instantly feel that pang. The subtle whisper that says, you don't have enough, you're not enough, you're not enough. And so we chase promotions, we chase recognition, we chase wealth, admiration, attention, and fleeting pleasures. We fill our days with tasks, errands, ambitions, and the endless pursuit of more, thinking that the next thing, the bigger thing, or the shinier thing, will finally quiet that hollow echo inside. But here's the truth. The emptiness you feel, that gnawing sense that nothing is ever truly satisfying, is not because life has denied you. It's because you've been looking for fulfillment in the wrong places. We live in a culture that equates having with being, that tells us our worth is measured in bank balances, social media likes, or the approval of people who barely know us. Think about it. How often have you seen someone with everything the world says they should want, yet their eyes are clouded with restlessness, their smile fleeting, their heart quietly screaming for something real? That is the illusion of external fulfillment. That is the trap that keeps countless souls running in circles, exhausted, frustrated, and still empty. I remember seeing a friend, someone who had built a seemingly perfect life, a dream home, a high-paying career, vacations in every exotic location, the perfect circle of friends, and accolades that would make anyone else feel accomplished. And yet, when I sat with them one evening, away from the noise of the world, I saw it in their eyes, a quiet emptiness. They admitted softly that despite all they had, nothing felt meaningful. The parties felt hollow, the achievements felt temporary, and the admiration of others felt like sand slipping through their fingers. They were living proof that the external world, no matter how dazzling, cannot satisfy the soul. It's not that money, success, or comfort are bad. They're tools, not the source. They can enhance life, yes, but they cannot create the feeling of being whole. Because fulfillment, the kind that fills your chest with warmth and your mind with peace, doesn't come from outside, it comes from within. It comes from realizing that you are already enough, that your essence is complete, that your life is already infused with a divine spark that cannot be purchased, earned, or taken away. That spark is your connection to God, to the universe, to the energy that flows through all of life. And when you tap into it, suddenly the world shifts. What once felt empty begins to feel meaningful. What once seemed chaotic begins to feel purposeful. Look around you. Notice the child laughing with joy over a simple cardboard box. Notice the elder savoring a quiet morning sunlight on their porch. Notice the musician who feels alive not because they are famous, but because they express what is in their soul. These are the moments that teach the truth. Fulfillment comes not from accumulation, but from alignment. It comes from living in harmony with your own purpose, your own heart, and the divine guidance that whispers to you quietly every day. And so, the emptiness you feel is not a punishment. It's a signal, it's the universe, or God, or whatever higher power you believe in, telling you to stop chasing hollow substitutes and start noticing what truly matters. Stop believing that the next paycheck, the next promotion, the next relationship, or the next applause will make you whole. Stop defining your worth by what you own or what others think. And instead, turn inward. Look at your life and ask, what stirs my soul? What makes me feel alive? What lights up my heart even when no one is watching? That is where fulfillment begins. Start small. Begin by noticing the ordinary miracles around you. The smell of rain on hot concrete, the laughter of a stranger, the taste of your morning coffee, the quiet rhythm of your breath. Practice gratitude for these small sparks, and you will begin to see that the vast emptiness you have been feeling is slowly replaced by a quiet, profound fullness. That fullness is not something you achieve, it is something you uncover, because it has been within you all along. And when you finally realize this, something miraculous happens. You stop chasing the world and start embracing your life. You stop measuring yourself by the illusions and start measuring by the divine spark inside you. You stop thinking you need to earn love, respect, or purpose, because you understand that the source of all of these is already present within you. And that, my friends, is freedom. That is the kind of fulfillment that no one can take away, that no amount of wealth can replace, and that no external accolade can mimic. The next time you feel that emptiness creeping in, don't fear it. Don't run from it. Instead, see it for what it is, a signpost pointing toward your inner self, toward the divine presence that resides in you, toward the truth that life's greatest treasures are not outside, but inside. And when you embrace that truth, you stop living for the world and start living for yourself. And in doing so, you finally begin to feel whole. Have you ever noticed how noisy the world has become? Every day, we are bombarded with messages, opinions, notifications, and distractions that pull us in 1,000 directions. We rush through our mornings, answer emails, scroll through social media, and chase endless tasks, thinking that keeping busy will fill the emptiness inside. Thinking that keeping busy will fill the emptiness inside. But no matter how packed your schedule, how loud the parties, or how many accolades you receive, there comes a moment, often in silence, when the hollowness creeps back in. That emptiness is not a punishment. It is an invitation, a quiet call from within, urging you to pause, reflect, and connect with what is eternal, the divine presence that exists inside you. Inner connection is not about complicated rituals or grand gestures. It is about listening to the quiet whispers of your soul, the small nudges that guide you toward truth and purpose. Imagine for a moment a person sitting on a park bench, the world moving at full speed around them. Children laugh and run, cars zoom past, birds chirp in the trees, and yet in that simple stillness, they feel a deep calm, a profound sense of being alive. That calm is the echo of your inner connection, a reminder that the divine is always present, waiting for you to notice it. Think about your own daily life. How often do you allow yourself true silence? Not the kind where you're scrolling through your phone in bed, but real silence, where the mind slows and you can hear the soft voice of your heart. Perhaps it is in the first few minutes of the morning when the house is quiet, or in the late hours when the world sleeps and all that exists is you and your breath. These moments are sacred. They are the doorways to your inner self, the spaces where clarity, peace, and guidance are found. Connecting with this inner presence changes everything. When you are rooted in that connection, the world no longer shakes you as easily. Criticism, setbacks, and failures lose their grip. Stress no longer feels like a tidal wave because you are anchored in something greater than circumstance. You begin to understand that life is not about controlling every outcome, but about aligning your actions, thoughts, and intentions with the divine energy that flows through all things. I remember a story of a friend who was constantly chasing recognition at work. They were exhausted, anxious, and always on edge, fearing that any mistake would undo everything they had built. One day, overwhelmed, they took a walk in the mountains, far from the noise of phones and deadlines. They sat on a rock, watched the clouds drift, and for the first time in months, let their mind be still. In that stillness, a revelation came. Life is not about proving worth to the world. It is about being present, intentional, and aligned with the energy that created you. That moment of connection became a turning point, guiding every decision afterward with clarity and calm. Inner connection is also about listening to your emotions, not suppressing them. When you feel sadness, anxiety, or frustration, it is your inner self trying to speak. Instead of running from these feelings, pause and ask, what is this teaching me?
What is this guiding me toward?
Emotions are not obstacles. They are messages from your soul, guiding you to greater understanding, deeper wisdom, and closer alignment with the divine.
Even in the simplest daily tasks, the power of inner connection can transform your experience. Washing the dishes becomes a meditation, your breath aligning with the rhythm of water and hands. Walking to work becomes a moment of mindfulness, noticing the beauty around you, the sway of trees, the sunlight reflecting on glass, the laughter of strangers. Cooking a meal becomes an act of gratitude, each ingredient a gift from the universe. When you connect deeply with yourself in these small moments, you begin to see that life is not something to endure or escape from. It is something to fully inhabit with awareness and reverence. This inner connection also teaches patience. Life does not always move according to plan. Delays, disappointments, and detours are inevitable. But when you are grounded within, you learn to trust the timing of the universe. You understand that every challenge carries a lesson, every pause a purpose, and every quiet moment a chance to reset and realign. You no longer live in reaction. You live in presence, making choices from clarity rather than fear. You live in presence, making choices from clarity rather than fear. And here is the most beautiful part. This connection is available to everyone, regardless of status, wealth, or circumstance. It does not require special permission, expensive retreats, or distant monasteries. It is within you, right now, waiting for you to notice, waiting for you to listen, waiting for you to feel the calm, the sage, Rick, and the guidance that only the divine can provide. All it takes is a moment of stillness, a willingness to be honest with yourself, and the courage to listen to the quiet voice that always knows the way. When you practice this connection daily, you start noticing life differently. You see meaning where once there was monotony, opportunity where once there was frustration, and love where once there was emptiness. You begin to understand that your true power lies not in external achievements, but in the depth of your inner presence, in your ability to align with the divine flow, and in your capacity to bring that energy into every thought, word, and action. The next time you feel overwhelmed, restless, or hollow, do not distract yourself with noise or busyness. Instead, take a deep breath, close your eyes, and turn inward. Listen. Feel. Connect. The divine presence within you is waiting, and when you embrace it, you will discover a strength, a calm, and a joy that no external circumstance can ever take away. Your inner connection is the key to filling the emptiness, not with more things, but with the eternal presence that has been within you all along. Every human being carries a spark within, a spark that is unique, irreplaceable, and divinely crafted. And yet, so often we wander through life as if we are wandering through a fog, unsure of where we are headed, unsure of what truly matters, unsure of what truly matters. We follow the expectations of society, chase jobs that drain us, relationships that weigh us down, and achievements that look good on the outside but leave our hearts empty. That lingering sense of emptiness, that quiet ache inside, is your soul reminding you that you are not living aligned with your true purpose. Discovering your purpose is not about grand gestures or instant transformations. It is not a single moment where the world hands you a certificate saying, "This your calling." Instead, purpose is woven into the very fabric of your life, visible in the things that naturally light up your heart, the activities that make time disappear, and the passions that awaken a sense of joy and meaning. Purpose is the thread that connects the person you are with the life you were meant to live, a bridge between your potential and your impact. Think about the people who inspire you. They are not necessarily the wealthiest, the most famous, or the most praised. They are the ones who have discovered their path and live it fully. Consider the school teacher who spends hours after class helping students without expecting anything in return, or the artist who wakes before dawn to paint, because their soul cannot ignore the calling of their craft. Even in ordinary lives, purpose manifests as dedication, presence, and love. It is not always loud, but it is always powerful. Your true purpose often comes disguised in the form of your passions, your natural strengths, or the experiences that have shaped you. Look back at your life. What challenges have forced you to grow? What experiences have shaped your character, honed your resilience, or opened your heart to empathy? These moments are clues, the universe pointing you toward your path.
Sometimes, purpose is found in the very struggles you thought were setbacks. That failed business, that painful heartbreak, that period of doubt, they are not punishments, they are signposts.
They are the chisels that sculpt your soul, preparing you to step into the life you are meant to lead. Purpose is also deeply connected to the idea of service. The emptiness inside often fades when we realize that our lives are not meant solely for ourselves. There is a divine law in existence. The more we give, the more we grow. In essence, the more we give, the more we grow. When we use our gifts, our words, our talents, our energy to uplift others, the void inside begins to fill. A simple act of kindness, a patient conversation, a creative work shared with the world. All of these ripple outward, and in giving, we discover that our lives have weight, significance, and impact. Purpose is never selfish. It is a bridge between your life and the lives you touch. Consider a gardener who tends their plants every day. To an outsider, it may seem mundane, repetitive, and small. But for the gardener, each seed represents hope, each sprout a promise, and each bloom a reflection of care, patience, and alignment with something greater than themselves. In the same way, your purpose is often found in the small, consistent actions aligned with your inner calling. You do not need to wait for a big break, or a dramatic moment of clarity. Purpose grows quietly, like roots stretching through fertile soil, finding strength in persistence and awareness. It is natural to fear that you may never find your purpose or that it may be too late. But life itself is an invitation. Every day, every choice, and every experience nudges you closer to your truth. Sometimes it comes as a whisper, and sometimes as a challenge. Perhaps you feel drawn to speak, to teach, to create, to heal, to lead, or to simply be present in a way that makes life brighter for those around you. Pay attention to these impulses. They are not random. They are signals from the divine guiding you toward the path that will make your life feel meaningful, complete, and abundant. Purpose is also about authenticity. Too often, we adopt other people's dreams, wear masks to fit expectations, or chase ideals that do not resonate with our hearts.
True fulfillment comes when you release the need for external approval and embrace the life that reflects your inner truth. When your daily actions mirror your values. When your daily actions mirror your values.
When your work aligns with your passions, and when your relationships nurture your soul rather than drain it, the emptiness that once haunted you begins to dissipate. You feel alive, centered, and guided by a force greater than yourself. The beauty of discovering purpose is that it transforms even the mundane into the extraordinary.
Cooking a meal becomes an expression of love. A conversation becomes an opportunity to inspire, and a walk in the park becomes a moment of reflection and gratitude.
Life is no longer a series of tasks to complete or obligations to endure. It becomes a canvas upon which your soul paints its masterpiece, guided by the divine spark within you. So the next time you feel lost, overwhelmed, or empty, remember that your emptiness is not a flaw. It is a compass. It points toward your purpose, nudges you to explore your passions, and calls you to align